I went through the worst case of emotional abuse in history, and I want to talk about how it transformed me as a person and how it can help you. You see, I had this unfathomable situation. My family of origin, coupled with a divorce and seeing what our American legal system is like, all this energy came against me. I believe, at some level, it mainly started with my younger brother, David, and his wife, Naomi. And what I'm getting at, people develop jealousies and rages in life at early age. And one of the key points that I, explain to people is you've got to, heal or at least understand your childhood energy, okay? Because if you don't heal that trauma, some people had good childhood. So that's more, I think we're developing emotional intelligence and maybe it's occurring more. But a lot of people, carry forth kind of energies from childhood and haven't gone through it, and parents are getting better. So, but you got to do the emotional healing. So what happens is people develop, rages and jealousies, from their childhood. And there's a certain point where people, bypass that development to adulthood, that evolution to adulthood. And so I had this, was I a perfect brother in childhood? No. Was my brother a perfect brother in childhood? No. But he lived, but I never, I was always, as an older brother, always the one who was put out on the playing field of life, football fields, basketball courts. Academically, I did. I was smart. I didn't study in school as much as I might have. I played chess, all kinds of things. So. But I was kind of just always going outward onto the playing field of life. Teddy Roosevelt talks about the man in the arena doing things. And I know my younger brother was smart and he made a turn at an early age to really excel in school. But he ended up 3,000 miles away in adulthood. I could not for the life of me conceive that he would have rage towards me from childhood. And as I say, there's two kinds of energies, maybe more, but there's basically two kinds: that those who look outward and want to achieve success, and those who harbor resentments, right? And really, live their lives, no matter how successful, quote, successful or not they are, they have jealousies and hidden rages that they carry from childhood into adulthood. So, my own family that, I came from Scranton and a very intensive familial background with 4 grandparents and all this school, temple, family, all very close to 6-block walking area. As a kid, the same families came against me, unbelievably, in, when I got into a divorce situation many years ago, and it gave me the opportunity to, fight appropriately for my children and all this kind of thing. And what I'm getting at is that this rage that was interact when your own family comes against you, and those who have dealt with extreme narcissism or psychopathy even, maybe, can understand that your own family can come against you. And it's really an unfathomable thing when that happens. There's no way that to emotionally prepare yourself for it. And here's a key point, that when you have ideals, fairness that you want to stand for, you have things that you believe in, and you don't feel like being bullied by anyone, from family, divorce law judges to the United States Supreme Court, whomever. You just believe in fairness. And a key that I say to people, you have to learn how to express it appropriately, because if you get angry, you'll get beaten down. But, you believe in fairness and you're willing to stand for it. And that's kind of the lesson of my life. So what happened over the course of 35 years, 29, intensively, is that I had this outrageous opposition and I'm standing for fairness. So you have these two forces colliding with one another. And what I'm getting at is that in the course where, neither side is really, because I had no idea the size of the opposition, the corruptive attitudes within society, the, psychopathic even psychology that's out there, and how you have to stay calm. And so what happens when neither of these forces is backing away in any fast way over the course of 29 years. Another opportunity is how you grow as a person, and how you get stronger. And when I say stronger, I see more calm, respectful, determined, not stubborn, determined, not stubborn. And all these things unfolded and occurred in my life because there were things I believed in, and I was not going to yield. And even if I wasn't knocking them over with my advocacy, I still was not going to back away from where I stand. And so one of the greatest things, when I say that, rage transformed me, one of the greatest things about challenge, as I say to people and everyone out there who's interested in turning challenge into opportunity, is that you grow and change as a person. And this is where you have to learn, and why I advocate our coaching, training, and mediation, is that what you learn is how to be calm and appropriate in your advocacy. Because when you're dealing with unfair forces, if you really lose your temper or something like that, you're going to lose instantly. And I don't want to see people do that. And I'm also reaching out in a way to young people with our Quick Start coaching, because I really want young people who have only seen this kind of really rash psychology that's out there in the culture. I really want you to find a better way. And by working with us, by finding your purpose, okay, you're going to learn better ways and how to develop your goodness and develop things that are much more appropriate and copacetic. And so you're not, you're not backing down, you're not running into the craziness of these days, you're not accepting all the craziness of these days, you're charting a course or societal champion training to grow to a stronger level. So I was fussed with 35 years of familial rage being directed at me, and I'd like to believe it'll pass, that people will come to their senses, because I haven't yielded, and I've grown better and stronger, in the process. And but the main thing is that through all that, because I had ideals that I clung, because fairness, purpose, I had children initially, and all kinds of things over time were important, now helping the world, were important to me. I grew immeasurably as a person, and that's what's going to happen. So I want everyone, especially young people, don't give in to the hateful psychology of these days. Look for better ways, work to find the courage to stand for your own beliefs, okay? Work to find ways to, really become a strong and appropriate person. So please do go to our website, www.theworldsbestmediator.com. Get in touch. You can check out our Quick Start coaching and other ways to get involved. Send a contact form, and be glad to help.